Greetings, my people. Good morning, good evening. It depends where you're watching from. Today, I will love to discuss more about African Free Trade Agreement. Once again, welcome to Mirror African TV. Thank you for tuning to Mirror Africa to watch my videos and things that I normally discuss. Um, Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It depends where you're watching from. Today, I am live for real. I'm live now. The other videos I've made it before. It was restreamed, on its own. So, what I'm about to discuss today is about African Free Trade Agreement. Since this thing has been looming, I have not yet decided to say anything about it, nor research more or much about it and to discuss more. So, the other time, I really air my disagreement and support for Nigeria not to sign into that free trade agreement. Why? Because of one thing or the other. You know, Africa is growing. Africa is becoming something more powerful since they have been decoupling themselves from Western world and US and now connecting themselves to China. Yes, it's something that's worth doing for those that love themselves and want to try or test new things. But on my own personal view, Africa need to go back and rebuild their infrastructure. They establish the instrument that will help them to make sure they will not fall apart after signing or establishing this free trade zone in Africa. It's a very nice something. It sounds so powerful and clean, but there are things we need to ratify within ourselves before we jump into such a thing. A lot of us and a lot of people are happy. Most of them are even not happy that Nigeria have not yet signed into that thing. But Nigeria and South Africa have not yet joined. If you ask me, I will ask Africa to look into Europe because right from day one, Africans have been the ones projecting this free trade, free border, free movement within their territories. And those that started the ideas have been killed. Yeah. But upon they are being killed, we are not developing, we are not working towards something that will energize us to sign into free trade agreement. One of it is our road infrastructure is not in order at all. We are not interconnected in Africa. We are into one continent, yes. Have we established any connection with one another? The answer is no. Before you will build a house, to avoid that house from collapsing just like that, you have to make sure that the foundation is very, very solid. And now Africans are now rushing into something without a foundation that will later collapse tomorrow, and they will not take the blame. They will not blame themselves that they are the one that made that mistake. They will try to point hand to somebody else who caused it. What I'm trying to alter here is this, is that Africans should first of all develop their market, not by connecting this free trade, rushing into it. They have to develop their market the way the Western world developed their own. And how did the Western world develop their market? From Germany is like in the middle. They are in the middle of Europe. From German, you will connect Netherlands, Belgium, France, Spain, any other country in Europe. Even people, Turkish people, do go to Turkey via road. Now they have long vacation. Children has long vacation. All the whole Turkish people and a lot of people will use their diesel vehicle and travel to their places. They don't use flight. They don't use plane. But if I want to go to Cameroon, I will be forced to use plane. If I want to go to Ghana, maybe, yeah, I may use transportation, but most of the people use plane. If I want to go to Cotonou, Cote d'Ivoire, West African countries, I will fly to that place. But we are rushing to sign free trade agreement. Why are we rushing to sign this free trade agreement? Why are we not spending money to develop our areas, develop road infrastructure, combine in building a electrical generator or anything that will generate electricity plant? Maybe West African countries will build one or two, and Nigeria will combine with Central Africa. Central Africa will connect with other ones, and Nigeria has got to be in it. They develop the little things that they need to maintain that free trade arrangement or agreement they're about to sign. Nigeria needs to build road that will connect West African countries from the sea to the mainland. They will connect all of them via road, standard express road. And they will build infrastructure that will secure that road, hospitals, emergency helicopters, life service ambulances, a lot of things, emergency telephone, a lot of things that they need to build that they have not yet. They are not even near those areas. If you inside Nigeria, between Cameroon and Nigeria, you will see within that area, from the southern side, the military that are being mounted in that area, you will ask whether they are going to war. That is how all Africans are building militaries in their borders. But you want to sign free trade agreement. Are we going to trade bullet or trade our militaries? You have to create something that will benefit ordinary farmer in every country, not the Chinese product. Not rushing into signing a free trade agreement to transport nor interconnect Chinese product to feed all Africans. Are they rushing to sign this thing for the benefit of Africans or to help the Chinese Silk Road so that Chinese will float their product into Africa? Wake up, my people. You guys got to start thinking. If Africa want to build their free trade agreement, free trade zone, there are necessities, things that need to be put in on the ground. Number one is road. Nigeria will be able to travel from Nigeria up to South Africa by road. Nigeria will be able to travel from Nigeria to Egypt via road. Well-secured road, well-controlled, and well-secured. Perfect roads. Yes. Nigeria is supposed to carry goods from Nigeria to South Africa via ship, via small boat, via cargo airline, interconnect themselves. That is building foundations before going into open agreement. In West Africa, they are discussing of one currency. They are all balabala in brain. one currency that you guys want to establish while we still have the most corrupt entities operating in Africa. If West Africa want to have one single currency, they know what to do. Let ECOWAS change their system. Let ECOWAS pass laws that will prevent corruption within Africa. Likewise, Africa Free Trade Zone. I watched some videos where some leaders from other African countries are insulting Nigeria, that Nigerians are like elephants blocking the entire Africa, not allow the free trade zone to function very well. But tell the people the truth. Whom's goods do you want to sell within Africa? Who own the goods you want to sell in Africa? That is question we should be asking, because if free trade Africa want to establish is for the ordinary people in Africa, I mean the farmers, those that supposed to benefit from free trade agreement, you will see that Africa will start building roads, building a lot of things that will help ordinary people. If a farmer bring out yam, if a hunter kill his animal in Mozambique, in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, he may be able to sell those things in Nigeria. If a farmer, let me put on my fan, you know, if a farmer um, cultivates something out of his farm, he will be able to, that product will be able to reach Nigeria, reach Egypt, reach other part of Africa without struggling. Like in German now, Germans are farmers. You will see that every tomato that is being cultivated from German in the next 4 hours, they will be consuming it in Russia. Believe me what I'm telling you. They transport their goods through railway. Africans are not connected through railways. Africans are not connected via road. Only jet fighter, planes. Africans don't even have ship that transport their goods from locate A to locate B. Africans have not even signed to remove taxes on the product they are selling within their countries. They have not yet started. Who is pushing for free trade, this free trade zone that they are rushing to sign? Who is about to benefit? China. It is China, not Africa. Take it or you leave it, my people. Chinese are lobbying without stop in Africa to float their condemned, contaminated goods in Africa. We have been crying that Western world have been killing us since. But today, I do hear about plastic rice. Chinese can do it. I do hear about a lot of photocopy something. Chinese produce children toys with condemned chemical that will cause cancer. And their government don't even care. They will ship everything to Africa. Africa don't even have a very good laboratory where they will be able to take the samples of all those things to test it, whether it worth to enter their territory. The leaders are not, they are concentrating only on their finance, their money. And the other ones say, let's sign. That is how they sign all the whole agreement with Western world, that African leaders has no immunity. Because they are foolish. They too rush into signing. Why must you rush to sign something? Why can't you give it 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years to ratify it? Why rush? Our people do speak in our proverb. They say that you they rush, they lick your fingers. You they rush, they lick up. You want hang up for up. Take your time. Study that English. Even the way, they do tell you international agreement, international bilateral agreement they sign with Western world. German country will never sign anything you write in English. No. Do you know why? You have to translate that agreement to German for them to read every inch and corner understand what you mean before they will be able to put hand. But African man, this our president that did not even finish secondary school, will not even consult the lawyers they have, graduates, to look into that matter. They will do big nyash and go and put our country in jeopardy for rubbish interests. If you come to Nigeria today, if you go to the eastern part of Nigeria, farming is gone. Nobody is going to farm again. Some states are no longer farming. Some are still, because they are not making gain from farming. While during the 70s, 60s, our people used farming to pay for their children's school fees in the United States, pay for their house rent, pay for everything. Yes, they do it before. And today, where are we? We are rushing to sign African Free Trade Agreement. Nigeria must join. Nigeria should not block the road. Nigeria should not do this. Why rushing into things? How far have, what do you want? What do we want to, do we have technology? What do we want to trade among ourselves? We have to first of all leave this free trade zone. Let us connect ourselves via road. Let all the whole French-speaking countries remove resident permits. Then we see ourselves as brothers. Let us give ourselves within Africa free travel, that everybody has free visa. Africa have to start somewhere. I won't be going to Cameroon. Last time, within Africa, our people may go to Cameroon from Nigeria, free visa. But I want to travel from Germany with a Nigerian passport to Cameroon. They tell me that I must apply for a visa. And I spend over 500 to 600 euro to get that visa in Nigeria. Should I go to Cameroon tomorrow? Do you think I would dare to step my foot on Cameroon again? I will not go again. And me not going to Cameroon means I'm not going to spend into the economy of Cameroon. Simple mathematics. You are praying, begging for tourism, but you are using blocking stone to block the way that the tourism are blood to food. We are all Africans. We cannot enjoy our money in Western world. And when I make my money, Nigeria is into katakata. Problems are running up and down in Nigeria. What do? But I want to go to Africa. I will decide to go to Tanzania or Lesotho or any part of Africa, but I cannot do it because the leaders have never waken up to do away with these borders. Before we get free trade zone, we have to remove all our borders. Yes. As Ethiopia has made his country free visa, I know how many Nigerians living in Germany that do spend their holidays in Ethiopia today. They do it. They receive visa at entry or something like that. If they are land there, they will receive visa. But just think, Nigeria is over 200 million people. Nigeria alone. How many million Nigerians are living in Nigeria? They will tell you their population is vast, and you are afraid if you open your borders, Nigeria will float in. Nigerians will not float in. Rather, we, the 200 million, maybe it's only 70-something million are living in Nigeria. The rest are living abroad. And I want to visit Kenya. I would like to see Ethiopia. I would like to see a lot of African countries. We have to achieve these things, first of all, before rushing into embracing free trade. My advice to our African leaders is open the borders. Open the borders. Make it open. Remove visa, boundaries. Pull out your military. Send them back to barracks. Draft law. Give power back to the police, to force the law into the people. Not military shooting law into the people's brain by sending them back to grave. There are things in Germany you don't see. You don't see military. You can't see a military man walking with uniform. If a military man commit any crime, police will arrest him the way he will arrest me. That is democracy. That is country. If Africa reach this level to do away with military, send them back to barracks, train their police, give police the full mandate, the power to police the nation, to promote the rule, the law and order. Not military. Military don't promote law and order. If you tell military man to go and put peace in area A, do you know how military put their peace? When they shoot that noisemaker and he went mute, silent. What did they reign? Peace don't reign now. So before we should adopt or work towards free trade zone, let us first of all build the foundation so that it will not fall apart tomorrow. I know that most of the countries are owing Chinese countries too much money, that the Chinese are pressurizing them for them to let this thing happen. Maybe through there they may reduce their debt. The only person that want to benefit on this free trade that Africans are rushing into today is China. China. No other person. We have farmers back home. We have people that are doing one thing or the other. We should start promoting our own thing. Connect ourselves. First of all, Nigeria should connect to all other African countries. Help them finance, invest in road development, road building. Even if Nigeria help other Africans to connect via road, the economy of Nigeria will skyrocket. Yes, because a lot of them will be coming to Nigeria because Nigerians are more into importation to buy enough goods and they will pay tax. Yes, the country will grow. We should be trading within ourselves. Nigeria should tell other African leaders, let them build railway that will connect Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Sierra Leone, Gambia, up to Liberia. Railway should connect all West African countries. That any goods that leave Liberia in the next 2 hours, it will be in Nigeria. After that one is achieved, Nigeria will now face Central African Republic. Try to sponsor, invest into that railway, build it, joint venture, develop railway that will connect West Africa with Central Africa. Gradually. If that one is achieved and the market is developing, now you now move to East African country, up to South Africa. We interconnect ourselves via rail. After railway, you will now notice that maybe you will not need China tomorrow. Maybe we will not need China. Because when we interconnect ourselves, develop our own market, outsiders will now be begging us to enter into our market. And when the railroad connects the entire Africa, you now start building express. The entire West African countries should connect themselves like a network, like network via road. After developing that one, you may put mouth where you will be collecting money to maintain the road. They may be selling stickers to raise money to maintain those roads. Yes, you may find any other thing just to raise money. Maybe in every border, you have to buy a sticker that you will use that is valid for how long you want. Through that means they may be raising money to be maintaining that road and other infrastructures. If you finish in West Africa, you go to Central Africa, connect them via road to West African countries. If you finish connecting Central Africa, you go to East Africa, up to South Africa. Will Africans connect ourselves via road? And now, our market will become a little bit strong. It will become more stronger if we remove all the whole borders, that the borders and visas and resident permit, all these things should be washed away. It's of no use. Throw it away, remove all of them, so that we'll start seeing ourselves as one people. The Western world came into Africa and created borders for us, and we are there defending the creation of the colonial masters and also complaining that they are maltreating us while they are defending their product. Why can't you do away with those borders and remove everything, develop your market? If you develop the market within Africa, you don't need to sign any agreement. You will trade within yourselves and pass laws that will pressurize every country to do away with military. If any coup occur, they will face sanction. You cut them off. Their market will be blocked. The economy will collapse. They will not dare to do those things. That is what Europeans are doing. Militaries are not marching on the street, beating people up, showing that they are uniformed men. Those things, even this thing I'm putting on, I cannot put it on in Nigeria. They will pull it out of my body. That is military camouflage. It means we are still living under dictatorship in Africa. So my message is Africa should first of all rebuild themselves. And we will develop ourselves and encourage ourselves to go back to work. You will see that every African country has something they can offer. Yes. How many African countries are drinking coffee? Do you know how many tons of coffee that are being produced in Africa? Most of you don't know. How many of Africans are eating chocolate? Do you know how many cocoas that are being exported from Africa? Which means if we develop our own market without this free trade agreement of rubbish of a thing, develop ourselves, connect ourselves first of all, you will see that Nigerians will be able to go to Central African country, develop his company, start manufacturing. A South African will come to Nigeria without headache. You only need to, as the Germans normally do, if you come there, you will go to the foreign office. Here I am Mr. This from South Africa. I would like to live in Nigeria to do my business. They will tell you, okay, get an apartment, bring the address for them so that they will know where you are living. They will put everything in the system, register you, and give you everything you need. You need license to start a business. They give it to you. This bureaucratic something will be reduced. Hey, we want to sign free trade agreement, West Africa. We want to create one currency. I will support one currency in West Africa because of one thing. Do you know why? Not because of the benefit that is inside. Only to help the French-speaking countries to come out of this French colonial currency called CFA. To help those countries to start growing on their own, to have their own central bank, to manage their own affairs. That is, to be your brother keeper. Nigerians knows how to do it. Ghanaians know how to do it. Help the other French-speaking countries how to be their own central bank and have their own national currency. So, my people, thank you for coming to Mirror Africa. Thank you for watching my program. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to Mirror Africa because I will be doing video like this. If you have any disagreement on this video that I'm making, put it on the comment below. I will reply you. I do read every comment. Every comment that you put out there, I read it. I go through it. The ones that I need to answer, I will reply to it. If you need my contact, write me. I will give you my email address. If you need my number, I give it to you. I am nobody. I am only your servant to air my own view. So the only thing you will do for me is to share the video. Like it, share it in your Facebook, other platform, YouTube platform. Make sure that people come across this video. Maybe those people ruling us may pick 2-3 points that will better our life in Africa tomorrow. Because all these boundaries they are building. Now I said I will not go to Cameroon again. Because, let me show you. Maybe people may think that I'm talking pro. Let me see my passport. You know, look at Africa, Nigeria. I'm holding up to 3-4 passports every 5 years. A new passport. You know, so let me show you. This is look at this visa. This is Cameroon visa. This visa cost me 500 euro, both transportation from here to that place and coming back. Just to get, but with this passport, I will travel the whole Europe. I said, even I will go to Russia. For me to go to Russia is 15 euro. 15 euro as a German. I will go to Russia with 15 euro. But as a Nigerian, German Nigerian, I'm holding Nigerian passport too. Going to Cameroon, they tell me that I cannot go to with Nigerian passport from German to that place. I need a visa. But from Nigeria or from Cameroon, I can travel to France. I travel to France, not to German, without visa. Did you get that? Me traveling, I can travel from Puerto Rico to any European country without visa. But me moving from German to Cameroon, I need visa. Upon that, I'm holding my Nigerian passport. Building barriers, blocking investment that will come into your country. Asking me to sign a declaration that I will not come to Cameroon and start business. It means if I want to build a company in Cameroon, I have to, first of all, start in German to start fighting the bureaucratic war. Killing yourself and still looking for God, calling God every day to come down from heaven and give you what you are looking for, while you are the problem of yourself, out of your brain. You know, free trade my food. They should first of all go and figure out their problems and know how to manage a country and know how to rule themselves and know how to value themselves before they should start talking about free trade. Free trade, my food. Bye-bye. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Share the video, like the video. Let us be one brother. If you would like to air something, I do give people airtime. If you have something to say, just let me know, and I will give you airtime to air your view. Thank you. Remain blessed. Bye-bye for now.